Recently, the Minister of State for Industry in Uganda, Honorable David Bahati, stated that over 60% of Uganda's GDP comes from Indians. Now, I'm not an economist, but I'm a thinker. I like thinking. I've been asking myself, 60% or over 60% of Uganda's GDP coming from Indians who are a minority in this country as compared to the 45 million Ugandans. Is it by mistake? Is it by design? Is it because the Indians are so hardworking? Is it because they save so hard? Is it because Ugandans we are lazy? Or is it because the economic policies of Uganda are designed in such a way as to skew Ugandans? Are we skewed? I've been asking myself. Because in a serious economy, if 60% of the GDP is coming from people who are not Ugandans, then the Minister of Finance should have resigned, should be on his way to Kakumiro. And of course his boss should be on his way to Wachitura. How can you run an economy where your people are skewed and the only people who are progressing are non-citizens? How? How do you explain that? Is it because your people are lazy? I am not racist. My analysis has nothing to do with racism. I'm asking a fundamental question. Why is it that in a country led by the champion of Pan-Africanism, in a ruling party where one of the core principles is Pan-Africanism, why is it that the economy is sliding steadily into the hands of foreigners? Why? Someone should explain this. I also read a research recently which stated that first of all, the average salary of a Ugandan is 200,000 Uganda shillings. Secondly, that of the working people, the average expenditure is as follows: 28% of their income is spent on health care, 21% is spent on education, 18% of their income is spent on rent, and 10% is spent on communication. That means airtime, MBs, etc. When I added all those percentages, I got 77%. When I deducted that from 100, I remained with 23%. There is only 23% of the income of an average Ugandan available for food, clothing, social activities like weddings, burials, and then also for investment, saving. What a shame. What does this mean? It means that government has abandoned the things it should be doing, provide social services. And that every Ugandan, every working Ugandan has now become a government, providing his or her own health and the health of those around him or her. Then education. The government has shifted. The environment under which Ugandans are operating is very hard. Ugandans are very hard working people. But the environment under which they operate is very hard. And the economic policies advanced by their government seem to favor only the foreigners, while the rest of the people in Uganda remain on tenterhooks with financial stress. No wonder some research stated that at least 14 million people in Uganda are mad. I'm very sure I am among those. But my madness is good. So I want to ask a question. Why would we be in a country run by people who keep posing as Pan-Africanists, but the economy is sliding slowly but steadily into the hands of foreigners? Why? Two, why can't government provide social services so that the money that Ugandans spend, those hefty monies spent on health, education, etc., is saved, and Ugandans can also begin investing, can save and invest? What's wrong with that? We appreciate the security, the road network, especially the highways, the extension of water to rural and peri-urban areas, and extension of electricity under this government. Those we appreciate. But we also take notice that this government has facilitated the fleecing of a working person, a working Ugandan, and it has also facilitated the economic growth, the business expansion of Indians at the expense of Ugandans. And that's a fact. It's not a racial fact, it's an economic fact. I submit.